integrate it into the apps for Google, even including Drive. So you will use it here. It's just near the gear icon, and here these are some of the Google apps like we looked at yesterday. This is a calendar. In case you want to add your event, you can just access it here in the sidebar. This is Google Keep, this is Google Task, and this is Google Contacts. If you want to add more add-ons, you can actually add here. And this helps in case that you need any of these things while you are working on Drive. And then on your your file, then we have other elements that help you work easily uh, with the drive. For instance, this is of course the home page, sort of gives you a view of how your drive looks like, and this is my drive. This takes you directly to your files, where you are able to sort your files by file type. You are able to sort by the people in terms of, especially if you're interested in somebody that you frequently communicate with, and you'll be able to get the contact. And also here you can sort by time in terms of when the document was modified, like today, in the last 7 days, 30 days, 2024, or you can put a specific date range. And here at the top right, this is where you can change the layout, the view layout. Here, if you want to view in terms of list, you can do this. And if you want to view in grid form, then you click the second one. And here, the third option is computers. This is in case you are syncing Drive with with your computer. You should be able to access here if you have Drive for desktop. In this case, I am not using that. And here is when you want to access documents that are shared with you by other people, then you come to share with me. And then recent, these are recent files that the most recent file you opened will come. And then these are starred. You can star some documents that you want to use very often, and they would be featured in the star. And then spam, of course, these are files that won't appear anywhere in the drive, and it's just like spam emails. And so they would be permanently deleted after 30 days. And trash, this one stores files that you have deleted from your drive. But of course, like I mentioned, this gives you the storage, how far you have used your storage. It will show by percentage here. And like I said, the free one comes with 15 GB. If you use more than that, and then you will have to what? You will have to pay. And of course, the last one is the create button. So the create button is when you want to create a new folder, you want to upload a file, you want to upload a folder, and here is when you want to create any of these, like a docs, a sheet, a slides, a Google Vids, Google Forms, and more in terms of Google Drawings, Google My Maps, Google Sites, Google Apps Script, and Google Jamboard, or if you want to connect some external apps with which you want to seamlessly use with Drive. So these are the key features of Drive. So let's say you're on your computer and you want to upload a file, you click New, and then you click Upload, and you choose your file from your computer location, and you upload. And then if you want to upload a folder, you click here. If you want to create a folder, then you click New Folder, and you'll be given the option to name your folder. And if you have files like this, and let's say you want to make adjustments to this file, one way is by clicking these three dots, and you get the options here to open with, to download, to rename, to copy, to ask Gemini, to share with other people, to organize by moving, or by adding a shortcut, or by adding it to start. And here is when you want to get the file information, such as the details, the activity, or if you want to show the location of the file on the drive. And the last option is if you want to lock your file on Google Drive. And here is when you want to delete the file, you want to move it to your trash folder. So these are the ways that you can use for manipulating your documents or files while you are in Google Drive. And yeah, so basically that is Google Drive. And Most of the things that take space on Google Drive are photos, video files, and so things of that sort. But these things like the documents, the forms, the spreadsheets, most of them do not actually take a lot of space, especially the ones that are created within Google. So pretty much that is it when it comes to using Drive. And when you are coming to search, when you put your search term, you can actually sort. You can use this thing is advanced search. At the far right of the search bar, you click. It helps you search by the file type. You can put the file type you're looking for, photos, PDFs, whatever. You can also look by the owner, whether you want files that are owned by you, or files that are not owned by you, or files that are owned by a specific person, especially if you're using this email for communication with specific groups of people, especially in an organization, then you can just search, I want a file owned by this person. And here is when you want to search for verbatim, has words that this. And here you can also enter item name, enter a name that matches part of the file. Here you can also look in terms of the location, anywhere in the drive or my drive or shared with you, or even more locations that you can explore. And you can also check whether you want it in trash, in start, in encrypted, and so forth. And the modification date, you can also do that. And approvals, whether it's a document that is awaiting approval. And you can also look at suggestions and comments assigned to you and so forth. So this is a function of that advanced search when you are performing searches on Google Drive. So that is how Google Drive looks like, and it's very good. It has also an app in your phone, and you can easily share files with people instead of having to download the file. You just use the share option and you click share. And when you are sharing, you can actually give people access. If I want to share with myself, if I put my email, uh, if I put my email, if I put my email, and then you can choose the access level, whether you want me to view only. When you give me view access, I won't be able to make changes to the document. Comments, I can make comments, but I cannot make advanced changes. Editor, I can make changes. And here this is a very interesting part. When you click the settings icon here, especially if you're sharing a document, when you click the setting icon here, one, especially if you're giving somebody view access, make sure that this is unchecked. When you uncheck this one, the viewer will not be able to see the option to download, print, and copy. Because when you give somebody view access and this is checked like this, the person will still be able to copy the document, and they can go and edit it further, or they can print the document, or they can download. But if you make sure that this box is not checked, when this box is checked like this, and also when this box is checked, editors will not be able to change any permissions, and they cannot be able to share the file further, especially if you're dealing with very sensitive document. And then also viewers and commenters, they cannot see the option to download, to print, and to copy the document. So this is very important, especially if you are working on very sensitive documents and you don't want the document to be shared further within the Google Workspace. So that is it with Google Drive. So the we can move to the next. I see people complaining that network is not good. Are you guys hearing me? Somebody is saying they cannot hear. Somebody saying network is not good.
No, today you
You
have
can.
been consistently clear. I think
Uh,
maybe the individual networks.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Any other question? Any other question on Drive? Is there someone who wants to know how to do something on Drive before we go to the next item?
Excuse me, Vida.
Yes, please.
Like when I checked on my Google Drive, I'm not seeing the Gemini after the setting on my desktop screen. The Google Drive, there is not that Gemini at the site as it is showing on yours.
It's not so when you open the file, or this one.
Yes.
You're talking about this one,
When,
right?
yes. When I open mine,
Uh,
yes, that one is not there. That
it
Gemini.
will it will come, it will come. So there, sometimes they roll out these updates, other people get, other people, so yours will definitely come. When it
Okay,
comes, they will update you, you will see it.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other question? Any other question? Okay, there are no questions. So the next thing we should look at is the next thing we should look at is uh, is actually one is Gmail itself. So yes, so Gmail. So there are a few things that I want us to know, especially if we are using Google Gmail. So this is my Gmail inbox, and one thing is when you are composing an email address, one thing is this. One thing is this. Let's say, of course, you click compose. So this is the compose email. So down here, there are some things that very often people don't use, especially if you're using it on your computer. So one of the thing that I use very often is you see here, this pencil is for you to insert a signature. So make sure that you are able to have signatures for your emails. And if you're somebody who does a lot of things, that means you need to have multiple signatures, and you change these signatures depending on when you are sending that email and which of your signatures you want to use. For instance, maybe you're a student and maybe you're a consultant, you work for other organizations and stuff like that. You need to have different signatures for those different works. And when you're sending the email, make sure that you are able to change which signature you should use. For instance, here we have signature for human resource. If we are sending human resource issues and then we change our signature to human resource. If you want to use this signature, we change it to this signature. If you want to use a different signatures, you also change it like this. You see that? And then the other one here is this feature that has the lock. So the lock is for confidential mode. So the confidential mode is, let's say, maybe one, you want the emails to expire, like the email will disappear from the inbox of the receiver after a certain period of time. So what you do here is you use the confidential mode. So in the confidential mode, you can actually set an expiry of your email. Let's say if you're sending maybe a serious email and you want the email to expire in one day, um, and another thing is when you set the confidential mode, the receiver will not be able to, they will not be able to copy the email, they will not be able to forward the email, and they cannot be able to download even attachments that are in that email. So this is one thing you should know with confidential mode. And you can even uh, set passcode, like the email requires a passcode for it to be opened. So this is like if you were somebody who is dealing with confidential emails or things of that sort. And you can also set the expiry in terms of, unfortunately the expiry is limited, so you have to only select from the options they have here. Expires in one day, expires in 1 week, expires in 1 month, expires in 3 months, and expires in 5 years. And after that, the email will just disappear from the inbox of the receiver, and they cannot see the content again. So this is one thing that is important. And then the other one is here. When you are sending the email, you see this arrow near the send. So we have a schedule here. The schedule allows you to send an email. Let me, I don't have, okay, let me just put a receiver so that that option will work. Hello, this is a test email. Thank you. Yes. So when you click this, this gives you the option to schedule. So this helps in situations where, let's say, maybe you are a busy person during the day, and maybe you find time to work at night. But of course, like official emails, you cannot send official emails at night. It wouldn't look good, especially for an organization or thing of that sort. So what you do is you can actually write your emails at night, and then you can schedule them so that they can go in the morning. Like so, it would look like you sent the email during work hours, but technically you didn't send during what? During work hours. So here they usually have suggestions, but again, you can actually pick a day that you want. Let's say I am sending this email, and today is Sunday. Today is not a working day, so I cannot send an official email. But I don't have time. Maybe let's say tomorrow I am traveling in the morning, and I wouldn't have that time to write an email, or I wouldn't have good internet. So I can just write my email today, and I can schedule it to be sent tomorrow. I will choose the date 15th. Then I will choose the what? The time. Maybe I want it to be sent at 8:31 a.m. and then I can schedule. I can click schedule, and my email would be sent at that specific time. So it can allow you to send as you can send emails as many. You can schedule as many emails as possible, and they would go in the time that you schedule them. This is very important. Like I said, if you are someone who finds time to work on the weekend, or you're someone who finds time to work at night, but of course you want to look official. You want to make it seem as if you are sending the emails during the right work hours. And also it helps in cases where you are working with people who are in a different time zone. So, and you want to make sure that you send them the email at the time when they are in the office. Yeah, so that means also this feature of the scheduling is very important, and it would help you uh, in that regard. And now also Gemini has been has been integrated into Google. So that means if you are too lazy to write emails, you can actually ask it to draft for your emails. Yes, it's here, the pencil near here, and that should be good to go with you. Yeah, and of course the rest you can set up times to meet. It's new again. This helps in terms of you scheduling meetings, and if you want to set up times for meetings, you can set up the time on Google Calendar and you insert it into your what? Into your meeting, into your email that you sent, so that the person is able to schedule a meeting with you, and they choose based on your suggested time, instead of sending people an email and saying, hey, what time would you like us to meet? You just send them, these are my available times, please choose what time works for you, and then they schedule, and then the discussion ends there. So that is one important thing that I thought I should share. And now we can move to the next tool, except if there are any questions. If there are any questions,
Yes, Peter. Hello.
yes, please.
I want to ask, like, if the email is full and someone and you want to create a space for the Gmail here,
Oh,
how
okay.
do we?
Okay, then good. So usually when your email is full, it's because of one of the reasons why I find a lot of people get their emails full is because their photos and videos have been backing up on their Google Photos, and that takes a lot of space in your what? In your phone. Usually these documents, the normal documents, don't take a lot of space. So what takes a lot of space is usually the photos and the videos that you take using your phone, and they get they get to take a lot of space. So what happens is there's some setting that you need to do, and you need to manage your space when you come to drive here. For instance, you see this is my drive. So when you come to drive here and you click storage, when you click storage, then you come to clean up space. There's this part here that is written clean up space. So you click clean up space, and it would bring you here. It would bring you here to this option, which gives how much space you have used, and it gives you cleanup suggestions. Like here, it tells me that I have large photos and videos that have taken 7 plus GB of my storage. I have emails with large attachments that have taken 1 GB. I have large files that have taken 1 GB, and I have emails in trash that have 3.4 kilobytes. So now what happens is now you can review. You can review this. Probably some of those videos and photos, you don't even need them now. So you can review, and then you go and what? You delete. You see, these are the photos they are telling me that have taken a lot of space. So I can select and I can delete. You can select as many of them, and then you delete. So that is one way of that is actually the best way of managing the storage, because some of these photos are things that you don't even need them. Some of them are photos that are downloaded from WhatsApp, because I also noticed that many people, I've been doing trainings in the recent past, and when I check people's WhatsApp, I realize that many people, they have not disabled automatic media download from WhatsApp. So if you want to be sure whether you have disabled or you have enabled auto media download, so what you do is, when you go to settings on WhatsApp, you go to, when you click settings, when you open your WhatsApp, and then you click the three dots at the top right, and then when you click settings, and then you go to storage and data. When you go to storage and data, and then you check media auto download, when using mobile data, make sure that all those boxes are not checked. All those boxes must not have ticks. And then when using Wi-Fi, also make sure that all those boxes are not ticked. Those boxes should be empty. That allows you only to download the any file from WhatsApp only when you need them. The same applies to when you're using Telegram. When you're using Telegram, also you open your Telegram app, and then when you go to settings, you need to go to data and the storage, and then you also check automatic media download. Make sure that all those options are turned off, because these are the things that usually take a lot of space on people's phones, and some of those things even are things that are very irrelevant to you and the work that you do, and they just take your space. And yeah, so if you please turn those options off, so that you only download files when you need them, and you don't fall in the situation where files download themselves alone. Especially if you're somebody who is in many groups in WhatsApp, and you find files from everywhere just finding their way into your phone. It's very crazy, yeah. But this is how you manage your storage. Is that clear, Simon? Who asked the question? Samuel Thorne.
Yeah,
Is that clear?
yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other
Bida,
question? Yes, please.
Bida, Peter Data has asked some interesting question here in the chat box.
Yes.
Is asking in regard to sending official emails during weekdays. So he's asking, like, what about those job advertisements that maybe ends whose deadlines are ending on Saturdays or Sundays? So what should you do? Whether you send your email that day on weekend, or you wait until maybe weekday. And unfortunately, the deadline is on weekends. So
You
to
can
me, I think, yeah.
Yes, yes, you can answer.
Yeah, so to me, I think there is always an exception when it comes to job applications. Even the recruiters know that it can be any time that they receive the applications, whether weekdays, anytime in the night or weekends. So it doesn't matter in that, and it doesn't apply there, Peter. So anytime you can send your application, be it on weekends, be it at night, anytime, as long as the recruiter receives your email, then they will have to consider it in their reviews. Yeah,
Yes, true, true. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. Actually, that example of sending emails on the weekend, I was just giving it as an example when you are when you're using the scheduling feature. But I'm not against sending emails on the weekend.
and usually it applies in official communications. Maybe you are an
Yeah,
officer, you're working for Excellence Foundation for South Sudan. Then you
yeah,
don't inform your clients or maybe the people you're giving service on weekends.
yeah,
So
yeah.
as an officer or a staff, you have to wait until an official working day for you to
Yes,
communicate to
yes, yes.
particular people. Yeah,
Exactly. And when now you don't have time, that is when you can just drop the email on weekend and you schedule it to go on a work day.
exactly.
Yeah, and I see Salfa Aleo is asking that my Google storage is full, and how can he get extra storage? Yeah, if you don't want to clean your drive and you want to get extra storage, so Google has something called Google One. So when you actually come here, you click upgrade. You upgrade to Google One, and now you have to pay. You can buy. You see here 100 GB at annually. You can pay annually at the price is $0.99 for 2 months. Okay, it's like $20 per year. Yeah, so you can pay $20 per year for 100 GB. If you want 200 GB, you pay $30. If you want 2 terabytes, you pay $100 per year. So that means every year you will be paying that money as part of your Google One subscription. And you need to have you need to have a global card such as a Mastercard or a Visa card or any other acceptable or Google Pay to be able to make the payment subscription. I hope that answers your question, Salfa.
I'm
Yes,
seeing
yes,
Peter
thank
Kana. Peter is
Yes,
raising his hand. Yeah?
yes, Guy, you want to?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for the answers that has given. Still, further on the advertisements and some organization they are giving emails that does not work. So I don't know, is it the email that does not work, or it is our fault that maybe we have not met in the way that it is needed as the office wants. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, I think most cases make sure that you check the spelling before you send the email. Like you cross check the spelling and make sure that the email actually the email actually works, so that you don't later send an email and you find that the email actually is invalid because if the email is invalid, then your email will bounce back and it will not go to the intended recipient. So make sure that you check the spelling and ensure that you have written the correct spelling. You can also do that by calling the organization itself. You can check the website of the organization to see if that email is actually correct, and seeing that you are you are not sending an email to the wrong email address. Another way is you can use online email verifiers. You can use online email verifiers to be able to verify the email. For instance, when let me check. There are some online verifiers that you can use. Let me check for email verifier online. Yes, Hunter. Hunter has an email verifier. When you go to hunter.io,
Okay.
when you go to hunter.io, and yes, so this is Hunter. So you put the email address here. For instance, let's say you want to send an email to Connector Hub. Maybe you can say info at connect. Maybe this is the email they had put info at connectorhub.org, and then you can click
Yes.
verify. Yes, and then it will tell you this email is invalid. Info at Connector Hub is invalid. That this email address
Mhm.
isn't used to receive emails. Yeah, so that means the email is not valid. You could check for other email addresses. Let's say you want to
Mm.
check out for hello at Excellence Foundation,
Yes.
hello Excellence Foundation ss.org, and you click verify. Yeah, so you see this email is valid. So this email address can be used safely. Yeah. So this is another way of you being able to verify email addresses in case you are doubting whether the email is valid or not. I shared the link in the chat box, but also you can check the website of the entity to ensure that that is actually a valid email address. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, then. Any other questions before we can proceed? I hope that I'm able to answer all the questions that have
Yeah,
been raised.
yeah. Bida in the chat box, I'm seeing
Mhm.
someone is asking here, how can you send multiple
Uh,
emails maybe to different receivers?
the same email address, the same email content, or different email addresses.
This word has not been specified.
Okay.
This person should clarify whether it is to different addresses, different emails, you know, because you can send multiple emails to different, which have different messages, sending to different individuals, or else you can send the same message or same email to multiple receivers.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So yes. So one way is, of course, when you want to send email address, when you come back, let's come back to our email inbox. Um, when you are sending email addresses, the easiest way, the easiest way is, of course, you can use the BCC method. So you can copy all the email addresses and you put them in BCC. Another way is you have to use now third party. With third party, you have to use mail merge. That is in case you want to send customized email, like you want to make sure that, for instance, every person is mentioned, dear guy, dear this. So you have to use mail merge, or you use an email marketing tool. Like they are out there. We have Brevo, we have MailChimp. So these are email marketing tools that you can use for sending multiple emails to people at the same time. Like the email that we use that you receive for when we send emails to people about the master classes so that people can register. We actually use an email marketing tool called Email Octopus, and we are able to send emails to over 2,000 people at the same time, and it will look like the email was only meant for them, but it was sent to multiple people at the same time. So that is how you send multiple email addresses. The simplest is to start with the BCC. When you use the BCC method, when you click the BCC and you pass the emails here, so other people will not be able to see the other emails that are put here. But when you use the CC, other people will see the other emails that are put here. So it's good to use BCC if you're sending the emails to many people, and of course for purposes of privacy, and you want to ensure that they don't see other people's emails, you use the BCC method. Thank you. I hope that answers your question. Thank you. Yeah, okay, great. So let's move to the next item, and we want to look at Google Docs. So Google Docs is like Microsoft Office Word. If you are recently, I was in some place, and they were using a paid version of Microsoft Office, and their subscription expired. So Microsoft stopped them from using Microsoft Office, and that place is actually a place that had internet. And so this, because most of their work was around typing and things of that sort, they stopped they stopped using that computer, and they were now going to the computer that had Microsoft Office because they think they cannot do that. But I want to tell you that if you are in a place that has internet like that, and you find that your Microsoft Office is not working, or your subscription has expired, or you don't have a space to install Microsoft Office, you can actually use Google Docs. So Google Docs is a word editor that you can use for typing, just like how you type on Microsoft. And of course, also there are other free versions of Microsoft like WPS, like LibreOffice. These are all very good alternatives for Microsoft. They are free. You don't need, especially LibreOffice. This is the best alternative for Microsoft Office, especially if if they disturb you a lot because of subscription and things of that sort. This is the best alternative to Microsoft Office. It's called LibreOffice. It's an open source, and it's actually run by a non-profit, so you don't have to pay a subscription like you pay on Microsoft. So you can download it, and you can use it has PowerPoint, it has Microsoft Office, it has Excel, and so forth. And and also, it's not like WPS, because WPS also at some point it asks you for things like subscription and things like that. So WPS is a good alternative. This is another alternative called WPS. Most of you use WPS on your phones, but you can actually also use WPS on the computer. And yes, so that is it. So let's get back to our main business, and that is Google Docs. So if you're working in a place that always you use internet, the best place to do your typing work could be Google Docs, because one, it actually does not take space on your Google Drive. It doesn't take space on your Google Drive, and one, it has very simple interface. It has the search bar. So in case you have been typing a lot and you have documents like me, I have a lot of documents here. So I can just search and find documents that I want very quickly by using the search bar. And here, these are templates in case you don't want to start from scratch, or you want to see how other things are done. Even people who are facing difficulties in writing minutes of meetings, it has meeting minutes templates. These are all minute templates. It has business letter template. It has the template of a CV, a resume, how you can write a good CV. You can actually just find the options here, and you can click, and you can just put your details. You can put your details, and you see you have a good CV already out there. And here it has templates for official letters. Here, these are personal portfolios, and here for work, like templates for minutes or project proposal, notes, and then template for newsletter, for brochure, a newsletter again, and sales documents, legal documents like agreement and so forth, and education like essays, reports. And yes, so these are all templates that help you get started in case you want to get inspiration in terms of how to get started with doing one or two things. But of course, here we will start from scratch. So if you want to start a document, you will have to click this blank document. And here, these three dots here is when you want to hide the templates. So like this, my templates are what? Are hidden. So if I want to unhide the templates, I will have to come back to settings, and I'm not seeing my templates again. So um, Okay. Yeah, so I can start a blank document from here, and then and these are the tabs. It has pretty straightforward tabs. It has the file tab, the edit tab, the view tab, the insert tab, the format, the tools. It has extensions that you want to use to help you do one or two things, because it's not very comprehensive. So you might want to use the extensions to help you do one or two things. And here, help is when you want to get training, or you want to check updates, or you want to help with doing one or two things while using the app. And here is when you want to get the shortcuts of using the app. And here, of course, is where you put your document name, like I would say my document, for example. And here, these are things like search, undo, redo, print, grammar or spelling check. You want to zoom, you want to change the text to title, subtitle, heading, in case you want to insert a table of content, the font type, the font size. You want to make it bold, italize, underline. So these are just the same things like you do on Microsoft Office, and so you can just work on your. You can start typing here, and recently they added some tools that help you add certain things very easily. When you come and you click the art feature, when you click art, you will see actually some smart clips. Like if you want to insert date, you want to insert drop down, you want to put a placeholder chip, you want to put meeting minutes block, you want to put an email draft, a product roadmap, review tracker, project assets. You want to insert files, so you can just say add, and then you get the options from the drop down menu. So this is a recent upgrade. And then also, as you are typing, you will see that on the right corner of the document, you see this pencil. So this pencil is Gemini. So this Gemini is, again, when you want to use it for brainstorming. Probably you can give it a question, and then probably get a response to help you build on your document. I asked what is science, and then it gives me science. It's a systematic and organized body of knowledge about the natural world. And then if I want to refine, I can refine in terms of the tone, casual, formal. I want to summarize. I want to bulletize. I want to elaborate. I want to shorten, or I want to retry. If the response is good with me, then I will just click insert, and my response will be inserted. So it helps you move really very quickly if you are doing one or two things on the document. And of course, don't worry about saving, because as long as you're connected to the internet and you're working, it saves automatically to your drive. That is why when you are typing like this, you will see this thing up here writing saving. That means you don't have to worry about saving anything. So if your internet goes off, your work is already what? It's already saved. It's just written here saved. And once you stop writing a bit, it will tell you here saved to Google Drive. And so when you are done probably, and you want to now get your document out, if you want it, of course, in terms of Microsoft Word, you come to download, you come to file, and then download, and then you can download as Microsoft Word, you can download as open document format, you can download as PDF. So these are the common format that we use: PDF, open document format, and Microsoft document. So you can download it, and you can continue to format it offline. You can also send to somebody this file immediately. You can share with others by inserting their email addresses, or you can publish to the web, and then you share it to people in the form of a link. And if you are working on various projects within an entity and you want to collaborate with people on this document in real time, and that means you can use the share option. So you can access the share option in two ways. You come to share, and then you choose share with others, or you click share here, and then you write the email addresses of the people here. And like I said, If you want to give people view access, you click the settings icon at the top right. When you click the settings at the top right, you are able to make sure that these ones, if you're working with very confidential documents and you don't want the people that you are sharing the document with to make further changes or to share the document further or to print or to copy elements, make sure that these two boxes are unchecked. When you uncheck them, it adds another layer of security to your document in that viewers and commenters will not be able to download, they will not be able to print, and they will not be able to copy any content of your document. And editors will not be able to change the permissions, and they will also not be able to share this document further with other people. So this is very, very important, especially if you're working with very sensitive documents within your entity or as you run your personal business. Of course, you will put the email of the person here. Let me put my email. This is my email. And if you want to give the person edit access, of course, the person will be able to make changes to your document. They can remove, they can they can edit and so forth. And if you want somebody to comment, the person can make comments but cannot make changes. And if you make somebody to view, the person can only see, they can only see what's up in the document, but they cannot comment, they cannot edit, and they cannot do what. And this box here is for putting comments. For it, just like a message, you could say hello. Maybe you say hello, hello guy. Please take a look at this draft letter, and then after that, once you are done, you click send, and the document would be sent to them. And then here, this button is when you want to copy link to the document, and so that is one way. Another way is you can give general access without having to share the document to people via an email. You just give general access. Right now, it's restricted. Only people with access can open with the link. So what happens here now is that if you want to give anyone with the link, this is in a case where maybe you are dealing with a large group of people and you don't really have that time to be able to put their emails and things of that sort. What you can do is you give general access, and then you choose, you can give somebody, you can give all people view access, just the same like I explained earlier, or comment access, or edit access. And then you can copy the link, and this is the link that right now I want to give all of you edit access. That means I will just copy the link and I will put it in the chat box. So any of you who clicks that link should be able to access the document easily and also make any changes that they want. And another one is, well, as you are working on the document, let's say you have seen something about this definition and you want to make a comment, you will click here, comment, and then you can say, hello, this definition looks long, maybe. Hello, maybe you can say, just a quick comment, please shorten this definition. Yeah, I see people read the document. Yeah, you can write. You write, you type things, and then we can work on this document collaboratively. Yes. Yeah, so yes, and like this, we will continue working on this document until we have our desired format. And the good thing is you will be able to see the document version. You will see how many people have made edits. So you will see the history of in terms of changes that have happened to the document here, and that is the way to go. If you want to move it to a particular item in your drive, then you can choose move. You want to delete it, you delete. If you want to make the document offline, then you do it offline here. So that is it with Google Docs. Of course, yeah, you can insert a lot of things: images, tables, drawing, yeah, footnotes, and table of content, page break, and it's nice. It's really nice. Citations, voice typing, yes. Also voice typing, just like in just like in Microsoft Word, I can do voice typing. Hello, good hello, good evening. How are we today? Is the class good? What are we learning? I am doing a presentation on Google productivity tools for office and personal use. Yeah, so if I am too lazy to type, I can just speak and Google will do the typing for me, just like what you are seeing in the document. You see, as I speak, it is typing. And just make sure that your language is very clear and you use very good accent that the microphone is able to pick. Thank you. Yes, so that is it with voice typing.
Excuse me, where
Yes,
did
please.
you get the voice typing icon?
You get to tools, come to tools in the tools app, and then it is just below translate document. And you can even translate your document, by the way. Let's say I want to translate it, and then you can come to tools, translate, um, and then you choose the language that you want to translate to. Let me check if we have Arabic. Yes, we have Arabic, and then I will click translate, and my document will be translated. So this is the translated version of my document. So if you're actually somebody who is doing translation gigs, this is one way. You see the document has been translated already, and this is the translated version. So you can, of course, usually these offline translations, they are not very perfect, but at least you will just come do edits in the translation. Solomon, did you get the voice typing?
It is not there on my
Are you using a
my.
computer?
Yes, I'm using a computer, but it's not there. It
No,
is on the translate
no.
document.
No, it should be there. Voice typing. Are you not seeing voice typing?
I'm seeing spelling and grammar, word count, review, suggested edits, citations, dictionary, and
Okay,
preferences.
you press Control, Shift, and S. You press Control, Shift, and
Con-
S.
Control Shift and S.
Yeah.
Yes, when I press Control Shift and S, I see spelling and grammar check. Okay, okay, let me come here.
But it should be there. I don't know why yours is not there. Voice typing is there for everyone.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
You got it?
okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay then. Any questions on Google Docs before we move to the next item?
Then, hello.
Yes, please.
Yes, also like there is ChatGPT on the extensions. Maybe you could guide us how to use ChatGPT.
Is that ChatGPT is just the same like how I explained to use Gemini. You know, with ChatGPT, it's just about giving it clear instructions, right? Just make sure you give it clear instructions about what you want. If you give it clear instructions, you give it contextual information, then you will get the information you want. It's just about doing the perfect prompting. Okay, it's just the same way you use, just like the same way I instructed this one. Okay, looks like there are no questions, so we can move to the next thing that we want to do. And of course, the next thing is us looking at Google Sheets. So Google Sheets uh, is like Microsoft. Is like Microsoft. Google Sheets is like Microsoft Excel. Yeah. So it's just the same view, like that of, it's like the same view like that of Microsoft Word. So what you can do is you will have to do this. You can check the templates. The templates are here. A to-do list, annual budget, monthly budget, finance investment tracker, calendar. You can actually do calendar, schedules, travel planner, wedding planner, team roster, pros and cons of something, work in terms of invoice. You can actually see an invoice template. If you are somebody who don't know how to make an invoice, you can check out the invoice template by Google Sheet, and you can just change those information. You put your own information, and then we have a weekly timesheet for an organization, annual business budget, expense report, purchase order. Yeah, if you're somebody who doesn't know how to do a purchase order for your business, you can actually check this template and see if this is something you might want to format. Employee shift schedule, customer relationship, website page traffic report, dashboard, project management. You can see a Gantt chart, project timeline, project tracking, event marketing timeline. In education, you can do, if you're a teacher, this is an attendance template you might want to check out. This is a grade book template you might want to check out. And this is also an assignment tracker template you might want to check out. So the templates are there to give inspiration, especially if you are somebody who does not want to start working on a specific document from scratch. So the templates can give you that sort of help that you might want. And then we will start from scratch, of course. You click blank spreadsheet, and then of course the first thing always is make sure that you put your file name. I will say my document. My document is my file name. And also Gemini is already inside here. So Gemini is here. You can also ask it questions. You can ask it to create for you a table and so forth and so on. Yes. So this is the view. Of course, if you have the file tab, in the file tab, you have the option to create new. You have the option to open, to import, to make a copy, to share, to email, to download, to rename, to move, to delete. And then of course settings. And then here we have edit. You can undo, redo, cut, copy, paste. And then view. You can show things like the formula bar, the formulas, the protected ranges. And then freeze. You want to freeze certain rows so that they remain visible. And then group, if you want to group certain aspects. Comments, you want to view comments. And then to zoom, you want to check, you want to view full screen, you will do here. And then insert, you want to insert cells, you want to insert rows, you want to insert columns, you want to insert a new sheet, you want to insert tables, charts, pivot table, you want to insert an image, drawing, you want to insert a function. The functions are here: sum, average, count, maximum, minimum. And then here now these are functions by category. Like if you want to do an array, these are functions about arrays. Database, these are functions about databases. Date, functions about dates. Engineering, financial, Google, info, lookup, maths, statistics, and so forth and so on. Here, if you want to insert a link, here is when you want to insert a checkbox, drop down, emojis, smart clips, comments, notes, and if you want the sheet to help you organize. And format, numbers, text alignment, text wrapping, rotation, font size. You want to convert your sheet into a table. And then data is when you want to group, you want to sort the sheet, you want to add slicers, you want to do named ranges, column statistics, data validation, and data cleaning. And tools is you want to create a form directly from Google Sheets. And then spellings is, of course, going to do a spelling check and your personal dictionary. And you have to look at extensions. When you want to do things easily, you can insert extensions as add-ons to help you do things easily. And of course, help is when you want to get training, Google Sheets, updates, and so forth. And here is when you want to share, just like the exam sharing or from Google Docs, like I explained earlier. Yeah, and so of course, you will get started from here. Yes, please.
Does it have formulas like the way they are in Excel?
Yes, yes, of course. I explained earlier. Here, when you come to insert, these are the functions here. So let's look at sample data. Let's say we want to do name. Let's say we want to do student marks. We say English. Maybe we say maths. We say arts, and then we say science. And then we give our students some names, and then you give them, this is John, this is Mary, this is Solomon, and this is Pony. And then we give them some marks, 30, 25, 56, 78. We just copy the same marks across here. So this is where, of course, you can put your formulas, just like how you do on Excel. If you want to do sum, you put the equal sign first, and then you choose the formula you want. If you want sum, you write sum, you can select, it's already here, and then you put your range, and then you enter. And of course, it will do autofill for you that, oh, this is the function you entered, and this is likely what you would want to get. So this is it. If you want to put things like maybe the if function, maybe you want to say if, and then you put if this is less or equals to maybe 150, then maybe the person has passed, or if it is wrong, then the person has failed, something like that. And then you get to get your auto filled here like this this is fail, this is fail, this is pass, this is pass. So you just do the same, it just does the same things like you do in Excel. So if you know how to work on Excel, so you can actually work on Google Sheets. And like I said, the good thing is all your documents will always be here. Like when you come, you can always get them here, and you can download. For Sheets, you can come and you can download it as Excel spreadsheet. You see, Microsoft Excel.xlsx. You can also download as open document. You can also download as PDF at ease without having to worry. You want to make it a table, yeah, you can just make it a table if you want, of course. You want to insert borders, you can do that. You can insert borders, and that is how you can do it. If you want to do sort of, let's say, we want to insert maybe a chart. We want to insert a chart. You see, we have inserted a chart, and of course, you can edit your chart. You can edit from this. You see this information that has come at the left, at the right, at the far right. So or you can click here and you click edit chart. So here you can put the setup. You can change the chart type. You want to make it pie chart, you change to pie chart like that. If you want to make it this type of chart, you can make it like that. So it's really now up to you on what you want. Yeah, and then you want to customize, you can put title, chart type, and so forth, and so on. So it's good, and it also has an app that you can use on your phone in case you don't use your computer very often. I don't know if there are any questions before we go to the next one. Are there any questions? on Google Sheets. No questions? Okay. We can proceed. And I have seen Susan has shared the attendance in the chat box. So kindly register your attendance for today and do provide feedback on what should be improved and what should continue as it is. Yeah, so that is it. Now, when you come to your home page, when you just click the icon for Sheets, and it will bring you to your home page. So you will get all your documents listed here. You see, this is the document that we've just been working on. It's here. So you will find it here, and if you want to rename, you can rename. If you want to remove, you can remove. If you want to open it, then you can open it. So this is how simple it is to work on Google Sheets. And of course, like I said, it doesn't take space on your Google Drive, like the photos and videos that you see taking a lot of space in your Google account. Next, we can move to the next item since there are no questions. Let's look at Google Slides. So Google Slides is like PowerPoint now. So it is like PowerPoint. If you know how to use PowerPoint, you can also use Google Slides very often. So these are files that we worked on previously. These are some of our presentations. They are all here. And anytime we want to, we'll just come, we'll find it here without having to struggle. Where did I save it? Like if you were working on Microsoft Office. And of course, it also has templates. You can click here to visit the template galleries, and you see this is template on general presentation. These are templates. Of course, the purpose of the templates are there to help you get started so that you see what other people are using the app for, and you might want to use it. Even you can do certificates, by the way, on PowerPoint. Some of these things are very basic, like people don't need a lot of effort to do some of those things. And you see here, this is education, like lesson plan, book report, field trip, flashcards, student certificate. You can actually do some of these things here at ease. Actually, you can design certificates using PowerPoint. You don't need to be a graphics designer. Even me, I can do certificate using Microsoft Office. I don't need I don't need advanced tools to do that. Yeah. So these are the templates to help you do some of the works that you want. And yeah, if you want to start from scratch like a pro, then you click blank presentation. This is how it looks like, just like how PowerPoint looks. And of course, always the starting point is to ensure that you put a title for your document. For instance, my document title will be my presentation today. I put it here. And of course, Gemini is already integrated. You can ask it to give you a beautiful picture of photography. And I want it to draw from, create an image of a trader in rural Africa, something of that sort. Yeah, so I was just trying out Gemini anyway, but here you see the tabs. We have file tab, we have edit, view, insert, format, slide, arrange, tools, extensions, and help. So in the file tab, you can do the following things. You can do a new presentation, or you can choose from the template gallery. You can open from your drive. You can import slides. Like if you had PowerPoint slides, you can actually import them. You can make a copy of your presentation or entire slides. You can share with others. You can also publish on the web. You can email the file to people. You can download as PowerPoint presentation, open document format, or PDF, or you can download specific slides as JPEG or PNG images or scalable vector graphics. You can rename your file. You can move your file to specific folders within your drive. You can move it to trash. You can view version history. You can make the document available offline. You can do details, language, page setup, print preview, and you can also print it. You can edit, you can undo, you can redo, you can paste without formatting, you can find and replace. You can you can edit your presentation. Um, you can put it in edit mode, commenting mode, or viewing mode. You can do slideshow, you can do motions, you can do theme builder, you can make comments, you can put grid view, you can show ruler, you can add guides, you can snap, you can do live pointers, um, you can put speaker notes, film stream, you can choose the zoom menu and of course full screen, and you can insert elements like you can insert images, you can create images using Gemini, you can insert GIFs and stickers, you can search for image from the web, you can upload from your computer, you can do from Google Photos, you can take from using your camera, text box, you can insert audio, you can insert video, shapes, tables, charts, you can insert diagrams like word art, you can insert lines, you can insert a new slide, and you can insert slide numbers. Here in the format is because we have not written anything, but you can format the text, alignment, line spacing, bullets and numbering. You can format tables, images, borders and lines, and so forth. And with slides, you can add a new slide, you can duplicate, you can delete, you can skip a slide, you can change background, you can make the background, maybe let's say we want the background to be this color, or you can even choose an image to be in the background. Let me see if I have an image on my PC that I might want to use. Let's say I want to use this image. Maybe I want to use this image to be the background image. I can put it like that and it will remain stuck there. If I want to apply a layout, I can choose the layout just like how you choose the layout on PowerPoint. And yes, you can put transition, you can edit the theme, you can change the theme. Let me change the background again. I want to reset, I want to choose a different, but I have done it, yeah. And then tools, the same thing. Q&A, dictionary, linked objects, extensions, and so forth. So these are all elements that you can use for making your presentation. And so let's do a simple presentation now. Let me change my layout. Let me say your skill boost masterclass. Google productivity tools. Yeah, so like that is done. Of course, I want to change my font type. I can come here and I can change whichever font I like. I can change. I can utilize this, and I want to change the background to something better. Come to slide, change the background. I want to change the background color to this. Done. I can add a new slide. Then I can say Google productivity tools list. Then I can put a calendar, I can put Gemini, I can put docs, sheets, slides. Yes, and I can bullet them. I can bullet them the way I want. Maybe change the font type to the one I used earlier. This is the title. Let me make it 36. This, I will change it like this. Yes, and you will continue just working on your slides. You can uh, edit it to your taste, and you can play around until you get to the design that you want. So this is how it works, and we can move on to the next tool. Except you have any questions? Any questions on the slides? Any questions on the slides? Of course, you can also share. The same way you share, you can share with people. Let me put anyone with the link. Can be an editor. I will copy, then I will paste the link there so that you guys can help me edit the document. It's here. And yeah, so you can just join the document and begin editing it. So that's pretty much how this works. So let's move on to the next tool if there are no questions on Google Slides. No questions? If there are no questions, then let's move to Google. Yeah, we are done with the keywords. Google, of course, Google Books. It helps you find books. If you're somebody who likes books, you can. This is Google Books, books.google.com. Let me see if there are some books about South Sudan. But most of their books you have to pay for them. You have to buy. Yes, Sudan and South Sudan, therefore, what everyone needs to know. Yeah, this is a book. Yeah, so it gives you the books, and you can begin to look at the book. It's here. You can view some of the elements of the book. Right, this is a very long book, and then if I want to share, I can copy this link, and then I can share it with you like this, and then yeah, you get to see that is a book that I was just viewing there, and then you get to view it, and and here you can view the aspects you can find in the stores where you can buy from Amazon, you can buy from Barnes and Noble book, you can view the copyright. But if you want to read it online, you can just read it from here slowly, and then until you finish the book. Yeah, yeah, you can come. Yeah, you can move down to see more details about the book. And yes, so this is its search interface. It's pretty basic, and anyone can actually use it. And then we have Blogger. So Blogger is if for you, if you're somebody who likes writing, you can actually do a basic. You can actually publish. You just need to do a few setup. When you go to blogger.com, then you give your page a title. You can give it a description, what your page is about. You can put a favicon for your page. If you want to measure Google Analytics, you can measure Google Analytics. If you want to make it visible on search engines, or either you want to put a blog address, if you want to do a custom domain, you can do here. Yeah, so that you can check any post that you do. You can check statistics in case people view. You see in this page, people viewed this 12 times. You can see if there are any comments to some of the things. You can see earnings if you when you do AdSense. When you create an AdSense account, then you'll be able to earn, and then you can add pages. You see, you can add like about me, home page, and things of that sort. And you can add, and you can get a layout for your blog. You can see if you want a header. You want to do this is the sidebar. This is the top. The header. You can do these settings from here, and then you can preview. Once you do, you can see how it would look like to other people. For example, based on the settings that I did to that one, so this is how it would look like to other people who would view my site. It would look like this. So you can, it's just like you doing yourself a basic website, but of course at the end it will have .blogspot.com. So which yes, because it's not US. So it's also like this was the one that we met that I met, and I've not been using it actually. I was just trying out the feature, and then you can choose the theme. When you come to theme here, it also has templates. You can choose the themes from here, and then you just make edits to become the one that you really want and use it for the work that you are looking for, and you get to have really a good website that you can customize. Yes, and we already looked at settings, reading list. If you read other people's things, then you would see the readings from here. If you want to make a new post, then you click here, and you can publish your title, and then you can write your post here. You can edit in terms of the paragraphs, the format, and you publish your blogspot, and people will get to read. So if you're somebody who is looking into writing online and getting to publish your things, so this is something that this is something that you might want to try out and begin publishing using blogger.com. So it's a good Google tool that you might want to try out. So that is it with Blogger. Any questions about Blogger? Okay.
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Yeah, my question is, doing this, does it need you to pay something online, like when you want to create a blogger?
No,
Does it
it
need
is free.
some money or it is free?
It is free. It is free.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, it is free. Yeah. So the good thing is that because it is by Google, and 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 also it will have visibility on Google search engine. So when people search for keywords related to what you write or related to the key terms found in your blog, it can easily rank very high on Google, and it can be accessed. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay. So the next one is Google Keep. So Google Keep is good, and if you are, of course, these days people don't do a lot of meetings, and people don't carry a lot of notebooks around. So if you want to write notes, one good way to do is using Google Keep. Google Keep is good. You can use it for taking your notes. You put your note, for instance, I would say your skill boost masterclass. Then I will put my notes. Today is the day, probably. Just I'm trying this out, and then we insert. You see, our note has it here, and you can also add collaborators to your notes so that people see what you have written in your note. You see, I can put an email if I want to share with Susan. I will put Susan's email, and I will save, and this note is already shared with her. So you can also contribute to these notes. And one good thing I like about Google Keep is that actually Google Keep can grab text from screenshots. Sometimes, uh, sometimes if you have a screenshot and you want to get the text written in that screenshot, and you're looking for a tool to get that text, you can actually use Google Keep. What you do is you see this add image. So what you do is you get an image. Let me see an image that has text. Okay, I have this image here that has text. So this image has been added, and so what what you do is if it's not recognizing my text here. So if you had inserted this like this, and you see grab text, you see this feature written grab text. So you click grab text, you see it has gotten all the text that are written in that screenshot. You see? All this text has gotten there. And now what you have to do is you just have to rewrite the format. So Google Keep is good, especially if you want to get also text written from screenshots. It's because there are some platforms where you cannot copy and paste, but you can screenshot. So, and maybe you're looking for something and you don't want to retype all those things from afresh. You just add the image and then you click grab text. So Google Keep also has a phone app, and you can actually grab text even on your what, on your phone. It's a very good feature. And here you can get reminders. You can get reminders. You can add reminders in case you want to be reminded about a specific thing. Let's say I will say Monday schedule. uh, Maybe I will say I have a uh, partnership meeting, and I want to be reminded tomorrow by tomorrow morning at 8. It does not repeat itself. Then like this, and I can add another one, and I will close. So these things I will get reminders tomorrow about these items, and you can do labels so that you are able to organize your notes. If this is office notes, personal notes, you add labels, and you should be able to ensure that your notes are properly put. You can archive if there are notes that already uh, you are not using, then you can archive them. Or if the purpose of the note is already gone, you can put them in the archive, just like how you archive your chats on WhatsApp and on other platforms. So that is it with Google Notes. Here you can refresh your notes to see if there are any updates, and you can change the view. You can put list view, and settings allow you make any other settings that you want. And it's pretty. Here is the search bar. If you want to search your reminders, your list, your images, your things like places, travels, and so forth. And if you want to search for people. So that is how you use Google Keep. Any questions on Google Keep before we move? Yes, Susan, your hand is up. Yes, Susan, your hand is up. If you are speaking, your microphone is off. Okay, maybe probably is. Let's look at the next item on our list, and that is Google Classroom. So Google Classroom is for learning, If you're a teacher, yesterday there was a teacher. I don't know if the teacher is still there, but if you are, especially if you're dealing with adults,
I am one.
you are if you're especially if you're dealing with university students and things of that sort, Google Classroom is a good way. For instance, we have our Your Skill Boost class on Google, and you can be able to assign people classwork. You can share presentations here. You can do grading. People will be able to see their grades, and also if you are running a school, um, like a university or something of that sort, and you can actually get what we call Google for education for free actually, and you can get emails. You can be able to manage your school using this uh, Google for education. Your university can apply for it, and Google can, yes, get started with Google Workspace for education. This is it. Is And you can get access to these tools with advanced storage and something of that sort for free. Just when you just apply for Google for education, you just must have a website. Make sure you have a website, and then you apply for it. And if your application is approved, you get to use Google Education as a school for free and benefit from advanced Google features without paying for it expensively. Yes, so that is Google, and that is Google Classroom. And the next thing that we want to look at is Google Forms. So Google Forms, most of you who do data collection probably most of you use Kobo. Most of you have used Kobo Collect, and other tools, Microsoft Forms, and so forth. But Google also has a form that you can use it for data collection, and also you can use it for making quizzes like exercises, and the exercise can mark itself alone and be able to grade your student if you're somebody who is a teacher. And also, if you're a student and you are looking to do your research, and your target respondents are people who are online, you can actually use Google Forms for your data collection, and you can analyze your data. Actually, you can get your data all in one place, and you don't have to struggle in terms of like getting offline responses, and then later you go and code the responses, and then later now analyze. So with the when you use Google Forms, if you're doing a research where your your respondents are people who are online, then you can just use this. You see this Google form. This is the interface. Again, you have the search bar, you have the templates. So these are the templates. Just example like contact information. This is a form for collecting contact information. Please reply, party invitation, t-shirt sign up, finding time, event registration, event feedback, order form, job application, time of request, work request, customer feedback, blank quiz, exit ticket, assessment, worksheet, and course evaluation. You see, so these are several ways you can use it. Also, if you're somebody who is a trainer, yesterday there was a consultant here. Maybe the consultant is doing some sort of training, and he wants to get feedback from his clients. This is you can also use a Google form instead of, especially if you're doing a training in a good location like in a town and there's internet connection, you can actually use the Google form so that you're able to get your responses all secured in one location, and you don't have to have the burden of printing these evaluation forms, later on picking them, struggling to read the handwriting of other people. So it's all crazy altogether. So if you want to start from scratch, you click this blank form. uh, so when you click the blank form, this is how the Google form template looks like. Of course, the first one is the title. That is the first thing you need to always secure. I will put my title, my form today. This is the title of my form. And here you will see questions. So questions is where you formulate your questions. And then responses is where you will get the responses, and later you link. The responses can be linked to Google Sheets, and you can download it if you want. If you want to get email responses, each time somebody sends a response, you get an email. You will check this email notification for new responses. This one helps, especially if you want to track progress in terms of the responses, the response rate, instead of actually having to come and see here. And then settings, you can make settings. If you want to make your form a quiz, you can turn on here, and you are able to assign grades and things of that sort. And then you can make settings to the responses. And here is when you want to put add-ons. Add-ons, these are like the extensions we talked about earlier. Here, if you want to customize the theme in terms of the font type, the font size, if you want to put a header, and here you want to preview, undo, redo, and here if you want to send your form. Of course, so let's try. Our form is my form today. Always put a description. I will say my form today is a test tool for this training. If you want to make change, if you want to make edits, you can make it bold, italize, underline. If you want to put a link, you can put a link. If you want to put bullets, you can put bullets. You see, if you want to remove formatting, you can remove the formatting here. And then here you can begin putting your questions. You can put your question, for instance, what is your name? And then you can choose the question type. If you wanted a short answer, a paragraph answer, multiple choice, checkbox, drop down. If you want them to upload a file, maybe like their CV or their evidence. If you want to put a linear scale, like on a scale of 1 to 5, you want to put a multiple choice grid, a checkbox grid. If you want them to put a response in terms of date, the date is good if you are looking for like date of birth or date of exam, and then time. If you want them to choose a time, you use this. So these are the question types that are supported by Google Form that you can put for any question. And then, of course, the question, you can format it. You can make it bold, italize. You can put the link. You can remove formats. And then you can even add an image to your question. Let me see if I have an image here that I want to try out. Let me see if I want to put any image. Let me see this image. Yes. If you want your question have an image, it's loading. Let me see. Yes. So you see, the question now has an image placed in it, and yes, and that is it. If I want to remove the image, I will just click these three dots at the far left and then remove the image. And then here in this one here is when you want to make, if you turn this on, this means the question is a must, is a compulsory, is a mandatory question. If the question is not mandatory, then you have to leave this off. And then if you want to put a description for your question, you want to give more contextual information about the question, then you can add a description. Maybe list, you can say please list 3 of your names, something like that. This is the work of the description. And then the response validation is when you want to restrict in terms of what type of response, so that you don't get invalid responses. Let's say if you want the answer to be a number, if you want the answer to be text, if you want the answer to be a certain amount of length, or if you want the answer to be regular expression. So you choose. If you are looking for numbers in the response, then you have to choose number. If you are looking for text, text, that means it's a mixture of numbers and letters. If you're looking for answers of certain length, then you also have to include here. And then you continue. If it is a number, then you choose, for instance, number greater than or equals to or something of that short. So that is how that is how you can track. That is how you can validate, that you can restrict in terms of the response validation. If you don't want response validation, then you can just leave this. Make sure that it is not checked. Make sure it is like this. The way you are seeing here, it is off. And then here is when you want to delete the question. And this one is when you want to duplicate the question like this. The question is duplicated. If I want to remove it, then I will click this delete button. So that is how the questions in the Google form works. If I want to insert a new question, then you will see this button here on the right corner of the form. This plus is for you to add a question, and then this is for you to import question from another form. Here is when you want to add a title and description. Here is when you want to add an image. This is when you want to add a video, and here is when you want to add a new section. In this case, we want to add a new question, so we will click the plus. So when I click the plus, then I will say choose your gender from the list. And then if I want the question to be multiple choice, in this case I want it to be drop down, then I will say male, female. Yeah, so these are the options I have, and I want this question to be required. Also this one of name, I want it to be required. So this is how you continue, and then you add all the questions that you want to add into your form. And now I want us to come here, and I want to add a title and description. I will say the end. Thank you for filling the form, like that, something like this, and something like this. So this is how my form now looks like. And if I want to make changes to the settings, I will come here. I want it to remain as a form. I don't want to make it a quiz, so I will leave this. And then I want to come here. I want to make if we want to collect people's email addresses, then you make this verified. So this will force the respondents to sign to their email, to their Google account first before they fill the form. If you don't want to collect email addresses, then you put do not collect, then it is off. If you put this verified, and then you can also choose if you want the senders to be sent a copy of the response. If you want them always, then they will be sent. If you want to be when they request, then you choose here. You see that? So that is how this works. And then if you want to allow response editing, then you click allow response editing. If you want, this one allows the responses to be edited after they are submitted. But if you don't want them to edit their responses after they are submitted, then you turn this off. So it's really on you to choose. And then here, if you want to limit the response, only one person will fill the form once, then you have to turn this on, limit to one response. Only one email address will be accepted to fill the form once. They will not be allowed to fill the form more than once. So if you want one email to fill many times, you can turn this off. And then you come to presentation. If you want to show progress bar, if you want to shuffle the question order from time to time, you can put this. If you want to put confirmation message, that message that is displayed after the person fills the form, I will say thank you for responding. Thank you for responding to my survey. Well received. That is the message that will display after the person submits the form. You see, then if you want to show them a link to submit another response, you turn this on. If you don't want to show them the link to submit the response, then you turn this off. If you want them to view result summary, then you put this on. If you don't want, you leave it off. So this is with the presentation. And the defaults is things like collecting emails and question, if you want to make question compulsory. So that is it with these three settings here. The next important thing is the theme. So the theme is when you want to change the text type. For instance, now I want to change this. I want to change this I want to change this to Garamond. The title, I make it like this. The question, Garamond again. I want to make it bold. And then the text, I want to make it normal. Yeah, you see? So now you see my fonts have been changed. And then it's good to put a header image. They have some emails, so they have some images from here already. So you can just choose what you want. If it is night out, you can see here. If it is something for a party, you choose what you want. If it is a party, if it is food, dining, you choose from there. The yeah, if it is something to do with the school and work, so these are some suggested ones for school and work. So you choose the one that you want. For me, let me choose this one. Then I insert. Then you see now our form has a header here. You see, and then if you want to change the colors, I can change the colors from here. Want it blue, the background color to be white. And yes, so now my form looks good. If I want to preview how my form would look like, then I click preview. And this is how my form would look like if I send to people who are going to fill it. It will look like this, and then they will fill and they send it back to us, and we will see the responses from the back end. And if you feel you are done with your form and if you want to add collaborators, if you want to edit your form with other people, you come to the three dots here and you choose add collaborators. And then you add the email of the people. If you want to give general access, you also say anyone with the link. And you copy the link and you send it to the people that you want them to access the form. And after you are done, you can now click send. When you click send, there are several ways. You can send it to specific email addresses, or you can send the link. Usually the best way is to use the link. You click the link, you shorten it, and then you copy, and you come back here, and you then you send the link, and you send the link. Yes, so you send the link, and that is now the form that we just made. So that is it, guys, with Google Form. Any question on how you want to do one or two things on Google Form? Any questions? Any questions on how you want to do one or two things on Google Form? Any questions? Okay.
Can you use Google Forms as a polls, like for voting?
Uh-huh.
If like
Yes, you can use it. You can use it for voting. You can use it for voting, especially with a very small group of people. But if it is large group of people, there will be malpractices, because even if you limit the response to one response, uh, but you can limit to one response. Um, you can limit it to one response, but there will be malpractices. Except you are using in a situation where if you're using in a situation where the people are few and you know their email addresses, it will be easy. But if it is in a bigger group, there will be malpractices, because people will create many emails and they will keep voting. Yeah. Solomon, is that answered? But you can use it for voting.
Yes, it's okay.
Okay, then good. But mostly it's good for research purposes and for surveys and things of that sort. And when you're done, you would get the results in form of a Google Sheet. You just come here, responses, and then you click link to Sheets. When you click that link, it will take you to the Google Sheets of the responses. So that is how you go about it. Lastly, I want us to look at um, this Google Sites. Google Sites is not is not here, but it's not showing on the apps. But you go to sites.google.com. So sites.google.com is good. You can create a basic website for your business. If you're someone who still does not have the budget for creating a professional website, actually our website for the Excellence Foundation is built on Google Sites. So we did not pay someone to build the site. We built it ourselves on Google Sites, and we just bought the domain. So and it ranks very on Google. And yeah, and you don't have to pay for hosting because it's free. So the same thing, you can even do a personal website for yourself. So these are some templates. You see, this is a personal website, a portfolio website. This is work, help center website, project team. You see, this is a small business website. They are here. This is a restaurant website. You see, this is a education professor, her portfolio. You see, club, student portfolio website, you see. So you can do very simple websites for yourself here, and yes, and then you get to publish it. So what you can do is you come to blank site like this, and this is where you get started. Here you can put the name of your website. Let's say I'm doing a website for myself. I will put my name. This is my site name. So here, yeah, I've got the undo, the preview, share with others, settings, and so forth. So you do the website building of your website from here. You see, so you build from here. You can insert text, you can insert images, you can insert embed, you can insert drive, you can insert content blogs from here. You can insert collapsible groups, table of content, image carousel, buttons, divider, spacer, social links, placeholder, YouTube, calendar. You can insert from here, and you can add more pages here. Home page, for example. If you want to insert uh, about page, it's here. If you want to insert contact, see, you see now they are here, you see. So this is home. I can put my site title, my portfolio, you see, like this. And you get to make a simple website for your business, and then you add, if you want to add text, you just come to insert, then you click add text. You see, it is inserted a text box. If you want to insert images, you click the image that you want. If I want to insert this image, for example, then I click like this, then my image is inserted. I can edit like this, you see. Um, Students, for example, maybe this is it, and you can insert more if you want to insert more things. You use these icons here. Maps is for location, slides, forms, sheets. You can insert all these elements. The pages, you want to work on them, you click each of them here separately, and you work on the page. This, you work on it like this. And when you are done, you come to settings. You can change the navigation if you want your pages to appear on the site, or if you want them to appear on the top, the color, if you want it to be white, you see, or black, or transparent, it will be like this. So it's really on you to choose what you want. And then the brand images, you can put your logo, you can put your favicon, view tools, you can put, if you want to connect your custom domain, you can connect here. Analytics, you can track to Google search console, you can put announcement banner, and it will appear from there. And of course, uh, you can preview your website here to see what it will look like. So far, this is how the website looks like. In case we get to publish it, it would look like this. On the phone, it would look like this. For someone who is speaking on the phone, on a tablet, it will look like this. On a computer, it would look like this. So of course, like I said, it's free. If you want to publish, then you click publish, and then then you put it a name. Let's say I want it to be Bida only. It will search. Unfortunately, mine is taken, and then I can put Bida Thomas. It's there. So then I can I can then, if you don't want search engines to view it, you check this, but if you want, then you publish. So that is how it looks like, guys. That brings us to the end of our session for today. If you have any questions, you can ask. If you haven't registered your attendance, please do register your attendance. And of course, ask any questions you have before we close it officially. Thank you so much.